Guys, welcome back. As Falls in the Air, food journalist Ali Khan of Ali Khan Eats is here to introduce us to some new spots to fall in love with. I always love our talks before and after we're on camera.
Yes.
Guys, he's just so full of information. Ali Khan, good morning.
Good morning. Falls in the air. Look at us.
Yeah, wearing long sleeves and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know.
Yeah. All right, Guppies is a place I've never heard of. Tell me a little bit about that.
I got all kinds of never heard ofs. So, little backstory. Literally a year ago, I was in New York City. A food writer friend of mine's like, you got to try this place. They do Indian fried chicken sandwiches.
Oh.
I went to this place and I took a bite of the sandwich and I singularly had the best Indian food of my life. As a fried chicken sandwich, who'd have thunk it, right?
I didn't even know this was possible.
Here, fried chicken's big.
What is the Indian flavor in a fried chicken sandwich?
So here's the thing. Think about what Nashville hot chicken is, which
sure.
is fried chicken, and then you just add heat to it.
Right.
So now add aromatic spices. Now spike up the slaw component. It's like a natural, easy sell of Indian flavors to like a fried chicken sandwich, which will have some sort of heat, some sort of fat, some sort of texturally crunch, right?
Ooh.
So Guppies, Raj Bondi, he does a 12-hour marinated chicken thigh. It's so juicy. He has 4 spice levels, but it's not just a hot, like low to hot. One's like this Szechuan style. So there's a big thing is actually Chinatowns in India. So there's a whole take on Indo-Chinese fried chicken sandwich. I had the 3rd hottest. That was quite fine. But what's cool is he's actually importing the chili peppers from his native region of India. So he's not pulling any punches. Indian fried chicken's in Austin.
Guppies, I'm writing it down. Okay, this food truck that we're going to mention next has a great name, Knuckle Sandwich.
You really love this.
I'm really into it.
She loves the name. It's a great name.
It's a great name.
It's a great name. So I went there. Why did I go? I was hunting for a sandwich. Like,
It was
why did I
lunchtime.
go? And I literally got hit with the knuckle sandwich. It was single-handedly the best Italian cold cut sandwich I've ever had in my life. And that's big talk because my wife's from Philadelphia.
I was about to say.
Not trying to ruffle feathers, but let me tell you what Ryan Fox is doing. First of all, he drives to San Antonio and gets his bread from Pullman Bakery, which is part of the Emmer and Rye group, right? Oh, speaking of chef, he's a James Beard nominee. He's done tasting menus, and he's worked with literally one of the biggest chefs out of France, Joel Robuchon. So this guy's overqualified.
Wow, okay.
He gets his meats from Olympia Provisions. So these are like those charcuteries that are worthy of just being on a platter. He puts them in a sandwich, and then he makes this, I think every good cold cut sandwich needs to have like a zingy sauce. Usually it's a little combo of mayo mustard. Amba aioli, spicy, pickle, mango aioli. So the egg yolk, the oil, the whole thing spinning. The bread has this chia seed on top. There's like texture. When I picked it up, I thought it looks huge. It was so light.
Really?
It was insane.
I was going to say it looks really appropriately sauced.
Yes, it's got all the flavors.
Looks delicious. Okay, something to try out. All right, let's go fine dining, which I'm just going to say is not normally something we talk about, you and I. Normally it's kind of affordable eats.
I know. Well, what is affordable these days? But, I want to give a little prop to myself. There's no burgers, there's no tacos in this one. Who am I, right? So let's talk about the goat of desserts. But before I make the ultimate goat joke, we're going to get into this. Chef Crystal Craig and her husband Ian, the folks behind Intero, which is
who are amazing, by the way, and Chef Crystal is the chocolatier of the group, and Ian does the food. Together they are a powerhouse.
Exactly. And speaking of those sweet elements, I went there at their new place, Poeta, all day Italian. Of course, the pastas are great. Ian butchers his pork chop. The pork chop was like the best pork chop I've ever had. But the goat of the evening was goat cheese cheesecake. Think about this. Cheesecake already should be a little tangy, but this is full on tart. I literally mind blown. And I'm not the biggest sweets guy.
That's saying something.
I know.
All right, they got you there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about desserts. A bakery that you said you stopped at this morning.
Yes, Rockman Bakery. So this place is brand new. Big theme here, another James Beard nominated chef. So little background on this person. One of my favorite Anthony Bourdain episodes was in Chicago. He went to this place, a restaurant called L20. That's where Amanda Rockman had worked as a pastry chef.
Oh, it's Amanda Rockman.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
she's a big pastry chef here
Yeah,
in town.
exactly.
Yes, yes.
Exactly.
I don't know
Beat
why I didn't
Bobby
put
Flay.
2 and 2 together.
Exactly. So Rockman Bakery, she's got all the croissants. Ooh la la,
look at
right?
you.
It's over in East Austin. Of course, they're open in the morning, but you can also go and basically have kind of a dessert experience because she does like a happy hour. So you can get cocktails and croissants or coffee and croissants.
Looks amazing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, savory
I'm
and
hungry
sweet,
now.
the whole thing.
Okay, less than a minute here, and I know you want to talk about this Indonesian pop-up.
Yes. So was so fortunate. The team at Uchiko invited me to this Indonesian curry pop-up. One of their head chefs, Jack Yos, who kind of oversees a number of restaurants there, has a thing for Indonesian food. He used to work in Bali. 11 courses of Uchiko level ingredients, but in truly authentic poldo punches Indonesian curries. I actually spent most of the evening in the kitchen watching the chefs put it together.
Absolutely.
The whole thing's on Instagram. But yeah, that beef rendang, I will dream about that forever. Short ribs braised in sambal, Indonesian sambal, which is their spice blend. It was a good month.
Yeah, it sounds
good
like
month.
it. And we'll have to leave it there, which means I think people should follow along with you on Instagram. We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Made me super hungry. Okay, tune in next month to learn about Allie's Fix and keep up with his blog, to keep up with all his latest bites at AllieConEats.com.